In this festive season, we're doing something for the first time. We're talking about the joy of giving. You think they part with it easily?
People who've given just feel great sense of satisfaction that they've helped someone. There's about 15,000 crores worth of reward points lying in individual wallet. We did a great campaign which said, live pointless to make their lives meaningful.
Wow.
You know,
Nice sound to it. Folks, welcome to Paisa Vaisa. I'm your host Anupam Gupta, and here's wishing everyone, all of you, all the viewers everywhere, a very, very, very happy Diwali. And in this festive season, folks, we're doing something for the first time. We're talking about the joy of giving. My guest, Brian Almeida, founder of the Points for Good platform. Brian, welcome to Paisa Vaisa. Thank you so much for doing this for our audience. Happy Diwali.
happy Diwali to you, Anupam, and thank you for doing this with us.
It's high time.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, it's high time. I had a look at your website, man. Points for good. Okay, the website says 75 million plus points. You've just corrected me saying it's 90 million plus points. Awesome. Supporting 16 charities, over 107, I'm sure that's also increased probably, projects, empowering over 150 million members from 20 plus bank partners and over 1,000 corporate partners to donate their loyalty and employee reward points. Folks, if you've got a whole bunch of credit card reward points, employee reward points, whatever it is, and if you are looking to donate them, we're going to talk about all of that on this really special episode of Paisa Vaisa. Brian, let's start. I mean, we've known each other for a very long time, but for our audience, what have you been doing, and how did the Points So Good come about? All of that.
That's a long story, Anupam. With over 3 decades in loyalty and designing some of the most successful programs in the country today, I think after a point in time, you reach a stage where you say, you're looking for more meaning. And the same went with loyalty. And I just, happened to come across a great intersection with the work I was doing in social causes and loyalty. And I'll give you a little background on that. With the experience in loyalty programs, we saw a lot of loyalty points getting expired and just going by the wayside. And loyalty programs have a challenge to engage their customers and members meaningfully. My work with the social causes, just told me, here are people doing great work and they're always struggling to get funds. And why can't we just channelize all those unutilized points or expired points that are going to expire towards great causes? And I found that a great intersection between my past and what I'm doing currently. So I thought this is something that I can help with the industry with. I can give more purpose to programs that we were doing. I can help people join hands and give without individual giving is actually something that we need to create as a culture in this country. Right. And I think that's important for us to look at. So I think that's really what triggered this whole thing.
Yeah. How about that? I mean, what was it like to build the platform, right? Because I'm guessing that you had to create a bridge between the social causes on one side, which I'm assuming would have been slightly easier, and these credit card companies on one side, right? Because the reward points belong to me but sit with them. So if I have to, I can't, whenever Absolutely. I go to redeem them, I can't just, use it like a credit card and say swipe and all that. Now some of it you can. What is that experience like? How did you build this platform?
So, actually to begin with, first of all, thankfully to the Tata Trust that actually reposed their trust and said, here's something that we should promote and help. And they kicked it off to create the platform. And I said, okay, if they can support this idea, I think there's some meaning in it. The second bit was I got a whole bunch of banks which came on board very quickly. When that happened, I said, okay, this idea has the seeds of, long-term growth. And then, as we grew, so I think HDFC was probably the first big bank. When HDFC comes on as a partner,
I think they're the largest, or if not largest, or second largest. I don't know.
And we had Tata Trust on the other side.
Wow.
And then everyone else joined hands.
Hit the ground running with that.
Yeah. So I think that triggered off a movement that I was happy to give a spark to. Now we've got almost every Indian bank on the platform. and we have quite a few charities on the other side. Just like any platform, the demand supply, you got to balance it so it's attractive for both partners, So, yeah.
Anytime is a good time to donate, at least in my books. 365 days a year. Here we are in the festive season in Diwali. Why is the festive season a good time to donate?
I think, many, many different things. And the most important thing is whatever you say, the festive season brings joy to everyone across the spectrum of people. And that joy is, even more when you can share it. So, and Diwali being the festival of light, you can actually spread the light, share the joy. And I think people want to help others. Humanity in general is good. During festive season, all the more. Now you've got the Amazon festival, the big $1 billion sale festival, everyone's shopping. Navratri is just over. We're about to get into Diwali. You've spent a load of money on your cards. You've earned a lot of points. All you've got to do is think about sharing that joy and spreading that light. All you have to do is donate your points and help a child go to school or help someone get some new clothes as well for Diwali. I think this is the best time of year. October to Jan is when everyone's feeling good, and that goodness spreads when you give.
You got Christmas coming up also.
Absolutely,
For just 2 or 3 months. See, credit card reward points now, they're like currency. We know that now they are like currency.
Yes,
and
they are.
anybody who's been using cards for a long time, I'm sure you also have. We didn't really give much attention to them, but now a lot of people spend to get points.
Correct.
To redeem them and all and stuff like that. And I think people really like to part with their points. Sometimes I feel that people look at their points like it's a hard-earned reward, or they want to cling on to it. You think they part with it easily?
I think so. In a manner of speaking, people, and particularly the next generation, they are very concerned about social good, sustainability, just not spending for the sake of it, purpose, creating purpose. And I think that is becoming an increasing trend with the next generations. And also, brands are realizing, that they've got to offer a purpose that is meaningful to brands. Coming to the customer themselves, what I've seen in the past is that people like to accumulate points for something aspirational, which they don't really get in a day to, which money can't buy. Or the joy that they get in this kind of an emotional give back is something even more than that. And this is what we've heard firsthand from people. It's still early days, but people who've given just feel just great sense of satisfaction that they've helped someone plant a tree or go to school or someone fight cancer or help a stray animal get off the streets. That they've done something good with their points. The other bit, there are, of course, a whole set of people who will use their points, for their daily purchases. But more and more, that audience will rather do the discounts and purchase it off discounts. But those collecting the points have great meaning and purpose in giving it back to society.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody who's listening to this, watching this right now, his first question is going to be, what's the conversion? Right? Lot of people are very obsessive about conversion rates and stuff like that. Before I get into the process of how it works or who can donate, just an overview of what conversion rates are like.
So that, again, we don't define that.
Obviously.
It's defined by the programs and the kind of card you hold. So the programs normally will convert it just like any other points, because in fact, it's more meaningful for them to give back more as well for the brands. So the premium cards will normally do a point a rupee or a point for 50 paise or a point, and the lower cards will do point for 25 paise.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's a value that you will this thing, and the same holds good for donating that. So it's very simply you get that equivalent and you can give it back. Yeah.
Who can donate now?
So today, the way I see it, the platform has enabled just about every Indian that is capable of donating to donate. And the reason I say that is we've got almost every Indian credit card. So whether you name American Express, Standard Chartered from the foreign banks, or you have HDFC, ICICI, Axis, SBI, and almost every Indian bank on the platform.
And all platforms like Diners, Masters, Visa, everybody, that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are part of the reward catalog of all of these banks.
Wow.
So you can, any member holding a credit card of these banks, all they need to do is really, they can donate their points to all of our causes or any of the causes that they are most passionate about. And that's, about 150 million people today in India, which is really the buying population, can donate their points.
Process, right? Because I had a look at it. I think one is if we go through your website, one is if we go to the redemption through, say, if you have an Infinia or you have, the Smart Buy platform, all of that is possible, right? Just walk us through what the process is like. Someone has decided to just donate right now. What should he or she do?
Yeah. So, because it's banking, we are on every bank's reward catalogs. Just like you would go to your bank catalog and say, I want to redeem my points for a ticket or for a voucher, an Amazon voucher. You would go to the bank catalog, and there's a section there called My Charities in most cases.
Correct.
I'm giving you some of the popular bank processes. And within My Charities, you will see points for good. And it will state how many points and what is the rupee value donation equivalent. You donate it, you convert it and say, I want to donate these points. It will convert it to a voucher. And then you come onto our platform and redeem the voucher for the charity of your choice. And you just select that and the money goes straight to the charity.
So that's like any other voucher.
Absolutely.
Like normally what I do is I would go to the Smart Buy platform, since I have an HDFC card. Go to Smart Buy platform, take an Amazon Pay voucher, go to Amazon Pay, redeem it.
Absolutely.
Same thing with you.
Absolutely.
You go to the website. I'll go to the Smart Buy platform, click into My Charities. There'll be points for good. Take the voucher, come onto your website, redeem it.
Absolutely.
And it's as smooth as that.
As smooth as that. And that's why, this group of people donating, as word of mouth gets more, we're hoping that
let's hope so.
steam.
Of course. What about stuff? You also mentioned employee reward points. What about that? And what about, I haven't had a job for a very long time. I didn't know there is something called employee reward points. I'm assuming that's not the bonus that comes in. But what are employee reward points? And also debit card reward points.
Yes. So debit card, because of its nature, the give back is slightly lower.
Okay.
So the conversion value is lower. So normally debit cards will be in the 20 paise and lower kind of conversion. But yes, we also have debit cards. So people, any debit card that offers a rewards platform, we are mostly on them. Employees, that's an interesting audience actually. And we're finding some of the higher ticket donations coming from employees.
Nice.
What they have is, and this is bonus time, right? Diwali bonus and things like that. So a lot of the IT tech knowledge management companies, they have employee incentives, this thing. And those incentives are also just like your points. You can convert it into a voucher and give it, or you can directly transfer it to the platform. And so we see employees of some of these large IT companies also coming forward and saying, I've got my incentives, and they get great incentives.
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah.
And they give a bit of it to a social cause. And we've got 1,000 corporates now, which means we're probably touching 100,000 people straight away there.
If you're a corporate who wants to do this, just contact Brian. The details are there on his website, and feel free to contact. You shortlist and you enroll corporates also, I'm assuming, right? So if you guys are interested, please go ahead and do that. Brian, this question. I'm sure many people are wondering if you get any tax breaks on this.
Yeah, so in the early stages, we thought tax breaks would be, the motivator and driver for donations, but thankfully not, right? Our average ticket donation is 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees to 1,000 rupees. And I don't think you're really going to donate for a tax break on 1,000 bucks. And in any case, the way the government is moving is the new tax regime has removed all of the tax breaks.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we got this data says 70% of new filers are out on the new scheme. So that is becoming less and less relevant, which I think is also good because people are really donating because they're passionate about the cause. They want to give back. They want to do something for society, and that's helping.
Isn't that right? I mean, folks, come on. If you're giving just for a tax break, I know that used to be the case long time ago when India was in a different economy, different economic growth phase, and at that point of time, maybe it makes sense to give you that small incentive कि भाई चलो थोड़ा donate कर दो आपको tax break भी मिलेगा. Now, thankfully, the government, and I think that's right, remove all the exemptions, make your tax simple, lower the rate. That's the benefit that you get.
Absolutely.
And you're giving to the charity because you want to give to the charity. Because donations are not going to. I'm sure that even anyone who runs a charity, I'm sure that you also would know this, isn't depending on the government for tax breaks to get the donations, right? Yeah.
And particularly on the retail side, the individuals giving. Yes, from CSR it's mandatory, but from the individual giving, it's not really the tax breaks that drives this.
Totally different scenario today. Isn't it good? I feel like I remember when we used to be in school and college, and tax used to be like such a headache, especially for our parents who were handling it at that point of time. Doing all this was still very, very, very burdensome, and then in some way, it maybe even reduced your motivation to donate. Because you're doing it for a tax break, and now you can give it from your heart. I mean, tax break or no tax break, how does that matter? Okay, folks, we are going to take a small break out here, and on the other side, we're going to come back and talk about the donation part. What are the charities that points for good supports? So you get a better idea of where your money or your credit card reward points actually, which are as good as money. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Did you know Indians report nearly 800 cases of online financial fraud every day, which has resulted in losses exceeding 1,000 crores in the last 5 years? To keep you safe from such fraud, I am starting my newest podcast series, Conversation with Vigilante, an initiative by HDFC Bank. In every episode, I will feature special guests who can share expert insights on the different types of fraud, their modus operandi, and how you can protect your money. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and don't forget to tune into Conversation with Vigilante. Catch the episodes on all audio streaming platforms and V for Vigilante YouTube channel.
And welcome back. Now let's get to the donation part of your platform, right? Because we've spoken a lot about how people can give, but the people who are getting it, let's talk about that. What causes and projects do you guys support? I mean, you got Tata Trust, which is as big as it can get. What else? I mean, first, actually, what all does Tata Trust do?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So just to clarify, Tata Trust helped get the platform off the ground. So now they're not a recipient of individual giving.
I don't think Tata Trust needs reward points in any which way.
But their vision was, create an individual giving movement.
So that's mentored the platform in a way.
Yes, absolutely.
Please go on.
Yeah. The whole focus on giving, and this was some of the big questions that we had in our mind when we created it, was how do we choose credible charities, and how do we get, what kind of charities and causes should be put on the platform? So we took two frameworks. We said we take the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and we'll try and map all of the causes to that.
Wow, okay. SDGs, the SDGs.
Yeah, the SDGs. So there's 17, we've got 9, I think, covered currently on the platform. So whether it is animals, whether it is education, whether it is sports or cultural, so we're trying to cover all of those items. We've got some great charities. From the credibility point of view, we looked at those who registered with platforms like GuideStar, and if they were not registered with GuideStar, then we would check that they file their returns, they're compliant, all of those things. So we've got some great charities doing great work on board. We've got Cry, we've got Breakthrough, we've got Bhumi, we've got the cultural one, the India Foundation for the Arts, we've got RMHC, we've got World for All. So a whole host of them. We've got the Keshav Suri Foundation doing inclusive work. We've got a smaller NGO, DevNext, which is doing a resilient youth fund. So these are things, and these charities are doing enormous work.
Yeah.
My when I look at them, I think the platform is just the smallest thing in this whole chain. The work they are doing needs the credit and the kudos. So we try to map all of this and get the charities on board, and we also realize that different people have different passions, and that's why we try to cover as many. In our early days, you'll be surprised, we realized that in Bombay, people would give more towards education,
Huh.
but in Chennai, they would give more towards drinking water,
Wow.
healthy drinking water and taps like that.
That's a big,
So-
nuance that I
Yeah.
didn't even think could be. Yeah?
Exactly. So I think people give basis their experience and what they've gone through in life. And also sometimes we've seen people who have had a cancer case in the family will just automatically come and give either to the Vishwanath Care Foundation or RMHC, the Ronald McDonald House Charities, and give it to that cause because they've gone through that experience.
Man, that's really something. So, folks, it's as simple. Choose a cause that you believe in, and just pick up the points for Good Voucher and go on the website. Brian, what if the charity out there listening to us, watching this episode, and wants to get listed in your platform? What should they do?
Absolutely. We welcome charities. We would be happy to enroll as many, provided we also motivate individuals to donate so that it becomes meaningful for both. You can just write to us at info@pointsforgood.org,
Okay.
or reach out to me, and we'll get you enlisted. It's a very, very quick process. Identify which causes or projects you want to put on the platform. We'll submit some of your financials so that we know you're compliant. We do our due diligence and some background checks just to make sure that we've got some great causes. And we go live. We can go live normally in 48 hours.
You mentioned GuideStar. Tell our folks about GuideStar, because that's a very important thing for charities out there.
Yeah, so GuideStar is like a certification of charities, and they have this whole silver, gold, platinum kind of thing, depending on your compliance, what kind of work you're doing, and people register. The NGOs will register on them, and they make sure that all the NGOs registered on that. This actually happened prior to the government starting to put a list of credible NGOs together, and the government is working in that direction. Just like the US today, you can go and check on the site, who are the registered, compliant.
And it helps to make it more credible, right? Because there's all kinds of shady stuff happening out there.
And this act also came about when we were doing the platform design, saying, most individuals in India are very comfortable giving to the mandir, the mosque, the church,
Religious
the Gurudwara.
institutions.
Yeah, and they trust that. But there was no credible public platform with public causes that you could donate to it as an individual. You're always looking for friends and say, okay, I'll give them. And that's not structure. You can't scale that.
You can't scale that. And so if you're a charity out there and if you want to get yourself, ranked or rated by or certified by GuideStar, then approach them, because I know that GuideStar also reaches out to donors to get that verification in. Okay, Brian, how do points convert to money for the charity? How does that process work?
Yeah. So just from some technical this thing, the points you earn are actually on the organization's balance sheet as a liability owed to you.
Okay.
Right? And there's a value to it. Now that value goes through the whole, financial accounting standards and things like that, and they declare it, right? So you can today, just like you can donate or redeem them for a ticket or for an Amazon voucher, that value is how it gets converted. And they give us, the program gives the cash value to the charity straight away in the name of the individual.
Oh, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Okay, cool. Tell us about your platform and brand. What's happening? What's your core objective going forward?
Yeah, so today, when we started it, my dream was, if we can divert, I just want to give you a size of this whole business. Today our back of the envelope calculation tells us there's about 15,000 crores worth of reward points lying in individual wallets.
15,000 crores.
Crores,
You've probably taken that
yeah.
as a percentage of total credit card spends.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you do that from RBI data, banks are issuing 4,000 crores worth of points every year, annually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So just imagine if we can divert or channelize 1% of that or 150 crores towards social causes, you'll do so much good.
Wow. Yeah.
You become a little more sustainable because it's a virtuous cycle. Then your consumption, you're doing some good, and it's back. You become more loyal to the brand and things like that. So 1% is something that we look at. On the flip side, on the loyalty side, is we are hoping that we can create programs which have impact for the brand profitably, also create social good and create sustainability.
Yeah.
So that's our objective.
A big fan of sustainability, huh?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
how you leave a legacy, right?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah.
You believe this platform can go global, or is there anything global already out there that does something similar? I mean, it seems to be a simple, basic idea, right? You just take points, donate them, khatam, that's it.
I'm going to do a pitch to any investors here. So when I launched Points for Good, I had a lot of interest from the US, from Africa,
Is that right?
from Europe, to take the platform. It needs investment.
Right.
I think there's potential. Of course, it won't be cross-border charity because of the financial regulations.
Always.
But you can set up Points for Good as a hub in a geography and things like that. But so what we've done is, since in the interim, what we've created is we've partnered with Giving Tuesdays, which is also focused on individual giving. We really want to create that culture. And we're trying to influence the loyalty programs globally. And we constituted with, the World Loyalty Giving Day, which coincides with the Giving Tuesday, 2nd of December.
There is a World Loyalty Giving Day.
Yeah, that's what
2nd of December.
Yeah, so we launched that last year. And motivate loyalty programs to tell the customers to say, hey, why don't you just give a few points away? And it's generating some interest. So
That's very good
I'm
to know.
hoping we can create a movement of individuals that do this.
I have an idea for you. Maybe you can put
Sure.
put it somewhere that maybe create an SIP of reward points. Each and every month, if I can just give 1,000,
Yeah.
You have something in mind like that?
Definitely.
Yeah, do that,
I think that's a great idea.
And automate it. Like, I don't have to think about it then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you have an investment portfolio, have a charity portfolio or a social cause portfolio.
Why not?
Which you can say, and we are seeing some of the donation patterns also like that, because people want to give it across and repeatedly.
Well, that's how you make it sustainable, no?
Absolutely.
You're giving in Diwali.
Thank you for this. We will, it motivates us, it inspires us to say, let's move in that direction.
I mean, see, listen, you give on Diwali, you give on Christmas, you give on your birthday, you give on whatever occasion. It's one time.
Yeah.
You want to make it sustainable and there forever. And if there is a process that can automate that for you, so you don't have to keep on thinking.
Absolutely.
It's the same way that SIPs work, because it takes away so much of effort from you. It's just hitting the bank month after month after month, and you're not even thinking about it. I know that this will be probably technically a little bit more difficult to execute, but I don't know, maybe there is some way to do that. I mean, fintech in India has just gone through the roof.
Yeah.
There are a couple of startups that actually make you pay your credit card, through a platform.
Exactly.
Okay. Maybe if you can, if there is someone from those platforms who's watching this, please reach out to Brian, and maybe you can actually, pick up. And they've got some pretty cool UI.
Yeah.
If they can, if you can integrate that into your platform, you should definitely look.
Oh, we will be happy to
because
initiate those discussions.
They handle like transactions worth into like thousands and 10,000s of crores every month, right? Because and you get some benefit, or you get some rewards for that, for using their platform. If somewhere you can use that, why not? All it requires is maybe just one line of code here and there, and some feature on the app just comes up. That's it. Okay. Gifting. Tell us about gifting. I'm sure there are a lot of companies out here
Yeah.
watching this, and it is a gifting season also. So
Absolutely. So it's the big Indian wedding season, right? And that's how this whole thing. Most people tell their guests not to give gifts, and it ends up in this whole quagmire of what do I do? And we tested it out, and we said instead of giving a gift or a recognition, we donated 20,000 trees to a company.
Yeah.
And we said, here's a certificate. We did this on your behalf.
Oh, nice.
And it triggered a whole gifting thing. We now have gift cards on Amazon, points for good gift cards on Amazon. We have it on Woohoo, on Gifter, on all the big platforms. And if you're hosting a wedding, all you can do is tell your guests, gift it to this cause. It will make me happy, or make us as happy as a couple.
Just one line out there. That's all it requires.
Yeah.
No gifting. That's it.
Absolutely.
Instead of getting stuck in that, you write no gifts and still people give because you think that they're secretly expecting you to give gifts. Whereas you just write one line out there, sorted.
And you know how big gifting is in this country.
Massive. Yeah. And in the wedding season, though, it's...
Yeah. So that's the other thing. We are available on Amazon gift cards. We're available on Woohoo. And it's very simple, straightforward.
Anyone choosing to get married out there? Add this in your card or whatever I don't know whether the new generation even makes cards or what they do. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But just add in a line out there that, if you want to gift us, buy points for good vouchers and donate to a charity.
We can give them a QR code to put on their wedding cards.
Look at that. You've thought of that also.
Exactly.
Just put a QR code out there and you can donate directly. Yeah. Okay, Brian, last question. Some campaigns and impact you've made to date. What have you done?
So sadly, COVID triggered off a big donation spike for us, which was good for the platform. What we did was with HDFC and American Express, we actually did a campaign for COVID, just like everyone was doing at that time. The other point was at that point in time, you couldn't really redeem it for anything. Everyone was housebound. So what better way to use your points? And so that was a great campaign for us. The other one that worked very well with us was a bunch of, supporters and HNI supporters. They agreed to, take a pledge of living pointless.
Oh.
Yeah. And we did a great campaign which said, live pointless to make their lives meaningful.
Wow. Nice sound to it. Eh?
And we had people willing to pledge their points to educate a girl child, to provide drinking water to a village and things like that.
Those are pretty large donations.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
And I think those were campaigns that we really liked. Yeah.
That sounds good. Eh? Any future plans? Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I think scaling and getting this movement going, I think awareness is something, and that's why I really appreciate you doing this with us.
My pleasure. Yeah.
The more people that join this bandwagon, the better
it is. Yeah.
And all we're doing is our other objective for the NGOs is to make this a really low cost platform to raise funds and do their work.
Yeah.
I've committed to all of them, saying, I promise you, we've got 100 million who are enabled to donate, and if they all do it, you'll really have access to sustainable funds. Continues.
The platform, folks, is Points for Good, and the way that you redeem your points is you redeem it like anything else. Just look out for My Charities on the platform that your credit card provides you. Check the drop-down menu. There'll be charities, there'll be donations. You will find Points for Good out there. If you don't tell us, I will tell Brian. Brian, this is not listed on this platform. But 99 out of 100, it will be listed. Pick up the vouchers, hop over to pointsforgood.com, pointsforgood.com?
.org.
pointsforgood.org, and choose the charity of... First, register yourself, obviously, and then just redeem your voucher, then choose the charity of your choice. Do you have to declare your PAN number and all that?
Only if you want that tax certificate. Yeah. But at least your details we need.
Yeah, no, obviously. So the folks, the process is that simple. And with that is a wrap on this really, really, really special, festive special episode of Paisa Vaisa. Go ahead, donate your points to Point for Good. Happy Diwali to all of you. Have a great New Year ahead. And Brian, thank you so much. Happy Diwali to you.
Wish you the same.
Thank you so much for coming over and doing this for us here.
Thank you for sharing the joy of giving.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you around.